Welcome to the highlights of the second day of this third Cornhill Test match at Headingley, England and the West Indies. A day where England will hope to capitalise on the good work they did yesterday, where Alan Lamb made a splendid 100 not out. He starts today with 100 and Derek Pringle is on 237 for 6. But the second new ball is due shortly, and it'll be interesting to see if England can capitalise on what was a very good performance yesterday. There's a little bit of spin there for Roger Harper, the off-spinner, and we pick him up now. It's the third ball of the second over of the day. Harper's first. No runs have been added, and he's bowling to Alan Lamb.
Oh, dear me. What a shooter. Lamb's gone. That was just about the unplayable delivery, that one. It spun back, I reckon, a foot and a half, and just about ran along the ground.
Well, obviously, this is a real bonus for West Indians. Before the new ball, they've got rid of the century maker, Lamb, and that's really created problems for England. Yes, a tremendous amount of turn there. I suppose the ironical thing is that if Clive Lloyd hadn't have been forced into bowling Harper because a quick bowler missing, we might not have seen him on this morning.
Oh, put him down, and not really something Michael Holding be very pleased about. Geoffrey Dujon, rather a lazy attempt there with the right hand.
Yes, and a slightly lazy shot. It didn't do much, but really the keeper ought to have been getting two hands to that.
Holding to Allen. Total, leg byes. He should be quite happy to be playing here, apart from the normal pleasure of being chosen for England. But this pitch has shown enough so far to indicate it might suit a bowler like Allard, who hits the pitch. It's only medium quick, but hits the pitch quite sharply. Left with Cook and Willis to come in. Allard goes bowling in the most conclusive fashion possible.
And from the other end there, the Curtis Lane end, more or less a straight ball. He got completely across it.
Michael Holding yesterday was bowling the ball in rather than throwing it in from the boundary.
They get Cook here, and he's obviously off very quickly for a one. Holding turns around, throws it, and that's the thing he doesn't want to do because he has had shoulder trouble and he doesn't throw the ball very often.
Games are very fine, but not fine enough for Pringle, and that's what he must do. Partnered by two tail enders. Brings up the 250 for England.
It's all over for Nick Cook. So Holding pitched that a good deal further up and beat Nick Cook as much with sheer pace as anything.
In fact, that was a pretty good delivery when you saw it from the other end. It did just go again the width of the bat, and that would have taken a bit of playing by a good player.
Oh, and just dropped. Never picked that up in the gully. That's a streaky chance there. And an extra run for Derek Pringle. It was off a no ball, in fact, so it wasn't going to count.
And a useful delivery, this, climbing and leaving him. And it went straight to Michael Holding, who really didn't see it at all.
Bob with Wonder Face, and he's dropped two. What a chapter of errors going on right now. And another no ball. It's quite incredible.
It's a very unfriendly delivery. A no ball again.
For one more wicket for his 200th. It's hoisted behind there, could be it. Yes, safely held there by Desmond Haynes. So Pringle falls in the end for 19, gives 200 wickets there to Michael Holding. Great performance by a very great fast bowler. 270 then, all out, England total, with Willis being undefeated 4 to his name.
Indeed, it was a great performance from Michael Holding. He's not been in very hard work since the middle of June, finished up with 4 wickets there. And the England batting, well, I suppose they'd have preferred something between 300 and 350, but the way they're playing there, I reckon that's not a bad total, 270. Holding 4 wickets, and Garner remained on 2, and Harper, the off-spinner, I thought bowled very well in this innings, 19 overs, 6 maidens, 3 for 47. Well, West Indies had just about half an hour to bat before lunch, and we pick up play now with the first ball of the second over. Bob Willis bowled the first over from the Kirkstall Lane end. Here's Paul Allott now, and he's recalled to Test match cricket. There's 1 run on the board, and he's bowling to Gordon Greenwich.
That's a pretty good start on your way back. That ball just leaving Gordon Greenwich. Very useful delivery.
First one that's really bounced for Willis or Allott.
And this is one of the vagaries of the wicket. That one really bouncing and going right through Gordon Greenwich. Tremendous delivery.
Ian Botham is feeling well in advance of the other slips. David Gower is back behind the keeper, as is normal for the first slip. Then Botham is well up, standing even in front of the man at third slip. And that's exactly why he's doing it, so the ball will carry to him instead of bouncing in front. First blood to Willis, Botham and to England. 16 for 1. And Gordon Greenwich, the hero of Lords for the West Indies, is the man to go.
Well, Gordon Greenwich on his way back there. And here you can see a very good delivery from Bob Willis, bouncing a little bit. Just carried to Ian Botham. And you can see he must be 2 or 3 yards in front of first slip.
Well, that was a great effort from England in that half an hour up to the luncheon interval to take Greenwich's wicket. Willis bowled well, and so too did Paul Allott. 3 more runs added to take the West Indians at lunch up to 19 for 1. We pick up play after lunch now. The first ball of the second over, just 1 run added. Bob Willis is the bowler, and Desmond Haynes is taking strike.
Stroked away through that big gap at mid-off. That ball's going to carry all the way. people gave it up quite a long time ago.
Again, showing how quick this outfield is. Full length ball, it wasn't half volley, he just pushed it on the up, just firmly, and it went even up the hill, which is quite a big hill there, and it beat Prindle quite easily to the boundary.
No runs there. Fowler chasing that. He's got a better chance of pulling it up. Does it well. Good running by these two. Added 3 more, and that means they've taken 16 runs off that Bob Willis over. And he's bowled in. Well, a well-deserved wicket there for Paul Allen. Desmond Haynes, really for him, another failure to his name. He goes for 18, and it's a fine start this by England, with West Indies now 43 for 2.
Yeah, Paul Allen's bowled fairly well out there today, and he's deserved that success. He's beaten all the batsmen that he's bowled against on both sides of the bat, and he's certainly deserved that little bit of luck that you need.
Well worth seeing again, because you don't see this too often these days, a batsman of that sort of class bowl between bat and pad. There's never a lot of daylight. The foot not quite to the pitch of the ball, and going nicely through that little gap. Beautifully driven through mid-on. Again with no apparent effort whatsoever. It's been 53 of the 70 runs taken off him so far. He hasn't yet completed 8 overs. There's some more there. That's 4 more, I'm pretty sure. Although it's Fowler chasing it this time, he's got a better chance than anybody. But his speed is all to no avail. So 22 runs going from that Bob Willis over. Quite remarkable. And West Indies have raced away now. 74 for 2, and poor old Bob Willis has been taken for 57 off 8 overs.
Four more. These fellas are really going. You need a lot of discipline in your bowling. Just have to bowl a perfect line and length. Nothing wrong with that ball. It was just a great shot from Richards. Pringle. Richards goes. Allett claims another wicket. And that is the one that England needed so badly. Just as Gomes and Richards were cutting loose and tearing the attack to pieces, Allett is struck. He didn't bowl badly to Richards, even when the great man was striking him down the ground. 78 for 3 now. It's a good shot. Don't bother running for that. Could have gone anywhere, but in fact it split the gap between third slip and gully. Jonathan Gower can rightly feel aggrieved at that. It's a real slash from Clive Lloyd. At least he slashed hard.
Yorkshire crowd have taken a shine to one of those players from over the other side of the Pennines this afternoon. Very appreciative of Paul Allett's work, both in the field and with the ball. So these two have taken it on 50. And that's racing away. I don't think even Allett's going to stop that. And, make into another expensive over here. Races away down the hill.
And the partnership between Clive Lloyd and Larry Gomes. Gomes playing in exactly the same way as he always does. Little pushes, deflections, and the occasional brilliant stroke in front of the wicket. And Clive Lloyd, all power and purpose out there. 138 for 3 at tea. The only problems that might be posed for those two left-handers would be from Nick Cook, left-arm spinner, bowling with a nice breeze, coming from round about fine leg for the left-handers, and able to pitch into the rough. Here he is now coming in the 5th over after tea. 10 runs have been added, and he's bowling to Clive Lloyd. Gower's got him. Lloyd's not at all happy about it. He goes. There's nothing difficult about the catch, but the shout was very, very loud from all the England players. Edge of the rough there.
Certainly there was no doubt in David Gower's mind there. He threw the ball up straight away, so of course, absolutely delighted. And Sonny Cook's caused problems for both the left-handers with that bit of rough there. They've both been a bit apprehensive, and he got that one then just in the right place. Clive Lloyd didn't get far enough forward, inside edge onto his body or somewhere, and the ball just lobbed up to go.
And it's 148 for 4. Botham's up there, but it's very difficult for him to decide in that fraction of a second whether to go across in front of Gower. The chance was there.
And in fact it dropped short of David Gower. Possibly if even both of them decided to dive for it, it just cut both of them. He was the only one who could have caught that.
Oh, must be very close.
Well, the other one went away a little bit, and this certainly kept going straight in, and without a shot, that's got to be pretty close.
Takes him on to 50. What a good series he's having. 143, 10, 92 not out, and now 50 not out. Dujon gets off the mark with rather an airy flick, rather a checkered start. First of all, no stroke offered, and must have been very close to LBW, and then this one that flew just past both.
166 now for 4. Pringle to Gomes. And that's 4 runs. Shot that he plays so well and so effectively takes Gomes on to 61. Off there for Larry Gomes. Inside edge, deflecting it just inside the diving grasp there of wicketkeeper Downton. That's 4. And the firmly struck a little twirl of the bat, and away she went. Dujon moving on to 26. That's his best score in this series to date. So West Indies going past 200, and also realising a 50 is down between these two, which has come up in 91 balls. And he's gone this time. So Alec strikes again. Well-deserved his success here today. That's his 3rd wicket to Dujon LBW to make it 201 now. So 5 men out.
Useful delivery, this.
Good catch. Nicely caught out there at extra cover. Baptiste goes without scoring, and Broad was the catcher. Allett claims another wicket, and that's a good performance from him. It was a good catch from young Broad. It was going away from him. A slicing away with the spin. He grabbed it in 2 hands. And Roger. What's out now? He's given, and Roger Harper goes 206 for 7. No score for Harper, and Gomes is still on 74.
Yes, and once again, pushing forward. A little inside, outside edge, and up goes Paul Downton.
It's in the air and many a mile. Just flew the boundary quite easily. Might have come off the meat of the bat, or it might have come off the top edge.
But it wasn't that bad a delivery, actually. Michael Holding just deciding to give it a swish.
Bouncer, Allett under it, or was he? Yes, he was. Straight over the top. 2 sixes, successive balls to Michael Holding. I think that one was the top edge. Holding goes to 24. And eventually he went to 28, and the West Indies to 239 for 7 with 8 more runs added in all. A good fight back there, that partnership between Gomes and Holding, and a very, very interesting day. The England bowlers, a marvellous performance from Paul Allett. 20 overs, 6 maidens, 5 for 42, and something extraordinary happened to Bob Willis and Ian Botham today. 18 overs between them and 127 runs for 1 wicket. The situation of the match, it's a most absorbing game. The West Indies are 31 runs behind, and they have 3 wickets in hand, but bear in mind that one of those wickets is Malcolm Marshall, who has a double fracture of his left thumb. So the West Indies are not in as good a position as they would like. They do have to bat last, but just don't hold your breath too much, because they had to bat last at Lord's the other day when they turned in that memorable performance with Greenwich batting so well.